Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I am in Ibiza and I am actually going to be staying in a few different hotels for my trip, and I'm going to show you around all of them and rate them for you. So our first hotel is the TRS Hotel in San Antonio, and this one is the more bougie one and more of a kind of older, more mature, chilled crowd. We've paid for a double room £430 for 2 nights. I'm not sure if it's the standard rate as we booked it quite last minute, but yeah, bougie. Okay guys, I have just come on to my balcony at the TRS to give you my official lowdown of this hotel. So it has 4 pools, a gym, a private beach, heading down to the private beach. Always a good sign when they provide ashtrays. So this beach is private for the hotel, but you still have to pay to rent a sunbed. It has a rooftop bar. We've just come up to the rooftop pool. It is beautiful, but we got cocktails and they are not good. You have to have a wristband. Not that that means anything, but I guess that's a feature. I mean, it makes it easy. You don't have to remember your key, but may affect the tan lines, which is an important point. It has all-inclusive breakfast, and that breakfast was amazing. You know, full range of everything you could want. So the vibe here is not really Ibiza young party vibe. It's more holiday. You know, you come for a dignified holiday, not come here for, you know, crazy party. There's probably more of an older level of people. Children are allowed here. Obviously it's more bougie, it's more of a classy vibe. It's not a rowdy vibe, which I like because rowdy is just intense. You know, it's fun for maybe a day, but to stay here for a whole holiday, that would be a lot. Also, feature that I love is that you can order room service. There are lots of amazing things about the hotel. Some cons: the poolside cocktails were really bad. You know, when you just buy a cocktail mix and put it in a cup, there was hardly any alcohol in it. Would not rate that. Also, the aircon is not cold enough. I'm a very overheated person and that was a major con. Probably the aircon when I go and stay somewhere is the most important thing to me. Also, the fact that it's a private beach for hotel guests, but you have to pay if you want to go on a sun lounger. Do not rate that. Also, the gym did not have like sufficient aircon. Major no-no. But anyway, I'm going to be rating these hotels based on facilities, value for money, and vibe / aesthetics. Do you know what I mean? So facilities, I'm going to be rating these out of 5. I think there's also a spa here as well, not that I've been. I feel like I have to. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 because you never know. You know, maybe there are probably hotels out there that have even crazier stuff, so I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. Value for money, to be honest, considering it is more of a bougie luxury hotel, it was not really expensive. It was expensive, but it wasn't like, you know, astronomical. We didn't get one of the fancier rooms. You can get really fancy rooms here. So I'd probably rate it a 3 out of 5 for value for money. And then vibe / aesthetics, it's got to be a 4. It's a good vibe. Obviously that depends on your personal preference. I like it. It's quite chilled, peaceful. The staff are really nice. Aesthetically, I know I'm going to get some great Instagram pictures here. Check those out. So yeah, that is my rating for the TRS hotel. I am very intrigued what the next hotels are going to be like. I know the next hotel we're going to is the other end of the scale. It's the least expensive hotel. I'm doing this in the wrong order. I do apologise. But yeah, for now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the evening, get some pictures here, and then we're going to go out for some dinner. But I will catch you tomorrow at the next hotel. We're at Marco Polo. Okay guys, it is time for the Marco Polo Hotel review. So we've been staying here the past few nights, and obviously it is now the complete opposite end to the TRS hotel. This is the lowest budget hotel. So it was £350 for a double room for 2 nights, significantly lower than the TRS. And the stay has been interesting. So this hotel only has one pool, and it's all right, but it's not exactly a very pretty location. There aren't actually that many sun lounges considering how many people are at this hotel. The pool is actually quite an intimidating area at this hotel. It feels like when you walk there, everyone just stares at you. It's very much a place where guys are looking to pick up girls. Tanning at Marco Polo. And I'm sure vice versa, but it's not quite as relaxing as the other hotel. But they do have good cocktails, maybe even better cocktails than TRS. So with this hotel, it's basically just cheap and no fancy, nice, luxurious extras. I mean, the room has amazing aircon, actually better than TRS. It goes way lower, which we love. There is a mini fridge. The towels are tiny. You can't get towels at the pool. So, you know, it's like you get your basics, but you don't get anything nice added on. I would probably say the biggest issue I have with this hotel is it is insanely loud. You can hear everything going on outside the room from in your room. And because it is a party, young person's hotel, everyone are insanely loud 24/7. I had the worst sleep ever last night. Even at 8 a.m. this morning, I heard a party starting up. Yeah, it's just not quite as peaceful and relaxing as the TRS. So it's time for the ratings. So first off, I'm rating facilities. To be honest, I'm giving this 1 out of 5. Yes, there's a pool, but it's not that great, and that's all there is. So yeah, there's no gym, obviously there's no spa, there's not any like nice bars or somewhere like that to sit down. So yeah, 1 out of 5 for facilities. For value for money, I guess it's good value for money, but it was about £100 cheaper than TRS. Probably have to say a 3 out of 5. Maybe a 4 out of 5, but it's nothing crazy. We're gonna go with 3. Can you tell I'm angry this morning because I had no sleep? And finally, vibe/aesthetics. I mean, aesthetics are awful. This is not a pretty hotel. Vibes-wise, it's not my vibe. It's intimidating, predatory, and disrespectful. Because everyone just are on their own party mission. They don't give a damn about being annoying. I mean, I do like a party vibe, you know, it's interesting, but I'd probably rate it a 2 out of 5. So anyway, I think you can tell I am not a fan of this hotel, and I'm excited to move on to our final hotel tomorrow, and we can see which hotel will be the winner. See you tomorrow. Okay, so here is the review of the Vibra District Hotel. This is actually just down the road from Marco Polo, so we're still right in the center of San Antonio, which is obviously perfect for getting food and going out. So this hotel is our mid-budget. This was £377 for a double room for 2 nights. So it's not that much more expensive than Marco Polo, but it is way nicer. So this hotel has a gym. It also has a sauna, a hot tub, hair salon, barbershop. It has a lovely restaurant, it has a bar, and it has the pool area. So the pool actually is on the rooftop, which is cool, and there are 2 pools there. So yeah, there's a lot more going on here, considering it's only a little bit more expensive than Marco Polo. So something I thought was quite cool about this hotel is I was just waiting for the lift. I got in and I was in a little disco room. I loved that. Also, I know that this hotel has some special themed rooms. For example, some of my friends are staying in the party room, which is huge, has a huge circle bed. It's quite crazy. So yeah, there's just a lot more going on here. It's got a bit more personality, and overall, it's just a bit nicer. One of the most important things is that it's much, much quieter than Marco Polo. So I'm getting a much better sleep, and also the aircon is great. Thank God for that also. So, ratings. Let's talk about the facilities. As I've said, they are pretty up there. I mean, there isn't a spa, but there's a lot of cool things here. So I would have to give the facilities at least a 4 out of 5. Value for money. So I would say this is actually pretty good for value for money, considering it's nowhere near as expensive as TRS. Yes, it's not as pretty as TRS, but yeah, I would say it's good value for money. I would rate it a 4 out of 5. Okay, finally, vibe/aesthetics. I would say it's a pretty perfect vibe. It is, again, young party people who are here to go out, but at the same time, it's not crazy rowdy, crazy disrespectful, crazy ignorant. I think the vibe is pretty ideal, considering me and my friends are here for the same vibe, so I would have to rate it a 5 out of 5. The aesthetics are not my ideal aesthetics, but yeah, this hotel has scored well. One thing I will say about the gym here is it is lacking. I'm glad it's there. It does the job kind of, but I feel like it's a very male-focused gym. There are no leg machines. I am someone who needs to work out my legs all the time, and there's not really any equipment for that. So that's the only downfall of the facilities here. So anyway, the results are in, and the winner is the Vibra District Hotel. Saved the best till last. Next, we have, coming in second place, TRS. No surprises, Marco Polo is in last place. It's still not a bad place to go, and it's definitely ideal if you're trying to save as much money as possible. But considering this hotel is only a tiny bit more expensive, I'd definitely go here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you check out my free OF link below so you can come chat to me. I'm really intrigued if any of you have actually been to San Antonio and stayed in any of these hotels. Come let me know your thoughts, and also through that link you get access to all of my exclusive content, and I have a lot of great content on my OF pages and on my socials, so go check it out, and I will see you again very soon.